When in doubt, bounce the network connection. There we go. Okay, looks like I'm back. Now we wait and see if anybody else shows up. I'm going to just kind of, let's go over to game screen, make sure it's good, and go to the BRB screen. There we go. That going, and looks like we have some people rejoining. Okay, Mux2000 says I'm here. Yeah, I got overly excited and did not watch my heat and a pop. I'm keeping a closer eye on it now. And we're gonna try and get through this. I have hopes. I have hopes. Just seen you in Trexler's new YouTube video. Have you seen it yet? He has almost 30,000 subs. I don't know who Trexler is, and so if Trexler included me in their video, this is without my knowledge or consent, which really raises some questions about you here, and yeah, I'm not so sure here. Let's see. Let's just yeah, boop. There we go. Yep. They're gone. Bye bye. Don't come on my stream and advertise someone I've never fucking heard of. Let's keep our adult content warning here and justify it. Although I justified it just with the opening track because I used Paskana by Sarah Cipolla, and the title means fucking wreck. Which describes me and this stream and everything else. Let's try and go back to Minecraft here. If we can. So yeah, we were looking at this. This is the refinery that supplies the fuel for the boiler. This one's not using a creative boiler. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, pop that up, pop that back over, and just, I'm going to be, yeah, the, excess seeds from all the wheat seeds get dumped into that chest there by the Tom Simple storage hopper and crunched into seed oil, which goes into this tank. The seed oil tank then feeds over to a mixer, which isn't running right now because we are out of stuff for it to work with. So let's just throw some plant matter in there. And I'm using moss block because when I first built this thing, I had very large amounts of moss block in my inventory from a terraforming effort, and just got in the habit of using it. The moss block goes in there with the seed oil and produces biomass. The biomass goes to another mixer with cinder flour and sugar. The sugar is produced right here on site. The cinder flour is produced in the crusher you saw back at the mansion, and produces bioethanol, which I have in extreme quantity. Sufficient quantity that I've had to put navigational warning lights on the tanks. The bioethanol is then fed via pipe and pump to the blaze burners underneath the level 12 boiler. This is the biggest boiler I've ever run in a Create mod. I don't normally run past level 10. It makes me, oh god damn it, my heat. Oh lordy, I've spiked up again. Why am I spiked? Why is my tachometer spiking? The tachometer is spiking and the desktop is saying 44C. What is going on here? Something is amiss. Let's just pause the game a moment and hope that the stream survives. And I'm just going to sit here for a second. Because the tachometer just vaulted up into the red, and I'm like, no, we are not going that direction. That is a bad direction. Why are we going that direction? This is bad. Let us try to bring the heat back down if we can, please. Reorganize things just a little bit. Ooh. I really want to get through the the biomes you'll go adds in a blue netherrack, which I modified to crush into Cinderflower 2. Oh, you're burning all that biofuel. No wonder you're running hot. Yeah. Create liquid fuel mod gives me the ability to make a straw out of bamboo. And if you give a straw to a blaze burner, it can drink liquid fuel. At which point I was able to connect pipes and feed it bioethanol by a pump. Okay, tachometer's coming down. Tachometer's coming down. Digital readout is still looking pretty good. So this level 12 boiler is cranking out almost 200,000 SU. I'm splitting off 160,000 of it to the 2 generators. These are running netherite magnets, which gives me the maximum magnetic flux, thus maximum power generation, but also maximum stress units. The 2 generators feed into 5 accumulators, and the 5 accumulators then feed into the factory. And we are still okay. We are fully loaded here. Let's turn off the loader, and here is our train coming in. Oh shoot! Turn the hover mode on. Thank you. And we'll just we can see this stuff dropping into the train. Boom. The loader is fast. It's using a chute from Create rather than a hopper. So it's taking big chunks at a time. 16 items at a time. Whack, whack, whack. Now, I'm going to... I've stopped the loader, so we're not getting more stuff in. There we go. We're now going to go to the airship station and hope our heat holds from the teleport and the chunk loading. Here we are at the airship station. We see that we have 2 minutes before Cargo 2 from the farm station is supposed to arrive. So, let us go look up here. On the mezzanine, there is the automat. I've used smart chutes. Smart chutes replace the entire... I'm going to pause a second. Pause game, there we go. Let's see. I've spent most of my free time this week writing a data backend for Firebot to let me do giveaways and co-working task lists, which is probably more useful than what I've spent my week on. But the Smart Chute replaces the entire Redstone item sorter circuit. That whole big circuit with the hopper and the comparator and the repeater and all that, and all those blocks is replaced with a single Smart Chute. So that is an item sorter up there. There's a row of hoppers above the smart chutes, and then there's the smart chutes, and it's just 2 blocks high and 1 block for vertical for each of these chests. And the automat replenishes itself when the train arrives, which will be happening very soon. 15 seconds. Let's jump out here and get around to where we can see things unloading, because the unloader is down here. It's just a chute straight onto the conveyor belt, and whoosh. You push on the push 'em and pull on the pull 'em, and the pickles go into the jar, and we can see stuff flying up through the chute. Oh shoot, indeed. And so all that stuff that loaded in is now dumping out and onto the conveyor belt and rolling off into the automat. And I've got the train schedule set up. This is Factorio, except without all the ecological destruction. The ecological destruction of Factorio kind of annoys me. I don't play. It's one of the reasons why I play Shapes instead of Factorio. I have the train schedule set so that the train spends 10 seconds longer here than it does at the farm station, in the hopes of getting everything out of the train. And there goes all that stuff. And at this point, whoop, that's the Bamboo Express. That's our passenger train arriving. And we're just going to slide in front of it while it stops. And it's going to be sitting here for another 25 seconds. This station, by the way, is electrically powered. You can see there's an electric motor right there. I'm not using the elevator at the moment. Just, people are going to have to get over it. So, yeah, we've got, all that food that we are sending over from the farm. It all ends up here, with the occasional exception, and Solar Punk, I'm trying to pronounce that, Solar Punctorio, there we go. There is, of course, an exceptions and overflows, but it's empty at the moment. And right now we're feeding slices of chocolate cake into the system, so I can go back down here and over here. And there's our slice of chocolate cake, and I can see I've got slices of chocolate cake dropping into the chest. Food automatically shipped from the factory farm over to the airship station. Airship. I keep saying airship, and we haven't really looked at an airship, have we? I keep saying that word. We should go look at the airship. That's the cargo elevator over there. I haven't got safety doors figured out yet. The elevator contact generates a redstone signal when the elevator arrives, but catching that signal and sending it around to open a safety door has been a little bit annoying. So, from the mezzanine, we turn off the jetpack because it doesn't like me standing on catwalk this far in a contraption. Let's go up to the ship. Up through the warehouse, which the passenger elevator does not stop at. And up, there's the support cradle, just in case the airship isn't actually resting on it. And up to the airship. Now, the airship was put here by the Immersive Structures mod, which is the other one that I don't like running without. And yeah, from up here we can get a good look at the track going off. That's the track coming in from the northern ore mines, rejoining the main loop. We'll go look at that later. The airship, turn this back on. It does have a bit of an interesting bit here. I did bring back a trophy, and I did put running lights on it. The running lights were not previously on it, which I thought was a serious issue, because you need to be showing red and green to the forward and white to the aft. That's just for proper navigation here, courtesy of the air. And the cargo elevator. The airship was generated by the Immersive Structures mod. The cradle and everything below it is my work. Warehouse. Because it's an airship, so you put the warehouse on the top instead of the bottom. The Bamboo Express is in town and is departing in 15 seconds. We're not going to be here. I'm going to make a couple of jumps and watch my heat, and we're going to jump to the iron extractor, which is a loaded chunk, because there's a creative chunk loader over there. There's almost 2,000 raw iron in the vault right now, where it's built up, and we're going to go kick the loader on and just boom, send stacks of raw iron up to the loader. Whoosh. Safety first. Yeah, there are some things I've done for safety. The transfer belts, for instance, are all tagged red. Those are power transfer belts. Don't get too close. And all the iron in the vault goes whooshing off up to the loader. I'm going to turn the loader off so it's not trickling in. All right. And we're going to go to the coal deposit, which is in a similar state. Again, windmill powered. And currently having, oh lordy, 5,629 coal in the vault. Yeah, this one doesn't have a clutch, unfortunately. Bad design on my part. I have to just stick a gear in. There we go. Now the loader's running. And the loader, again, pulls coal out of the vault, sends it down the line to the loading station, which is built the same way as the one at the factory farm. So it's an automated system, but some parts aren't engaged without you manually switching them on. Correct. In any automated system, there's going to be sections that you want to be able to turn on and off. I'm keeping the loader turned off in order to allow the coal to accumulate in the vault rather than trickling out to the loader, partly because I don't want to do a run of a resource unless I've got a car full. I don't want to just, be hauling bits and pieces here. It becomes grossly inefficient at the factory end. If I'm bringing in just a little bit of iron here and there, I end up wasting a lot of coal because I'm not burning it. It's burning with no iron to process. So it's more efficient to keep the loader off unless I have serious amounts of the resource to transport. So I come out here and turn the loader on, and then turn it back off and let the thing accumulate again. We'll go to the redstone deposit. And the redstone deposit, we have 1879. Huh. Well, there's a number that has some meaning for me. Not necessarily pleasant. Let's go around here. Where did I put it? Yeah, this one's a little different in its belt design, but the loader is exactly the same as we've seen. It's the same loader. I'm just using a transfer, going around a couple of corners with the belts. You know, very standard create stuff going on here. Bit of a hitch there. Made me nervous. All right, so there's that, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to turn off the loader. And then I'm going to go back to the crusher, which is at factory station here. And we're going to watch stuff happen over here. Now, we've had a few things happen already. Look at that. We got iron already in. The iron is currently ticking out. It's currently ticking along. Yeah, creative motor there. Deal. Pause for a second for heat. Pause for a second for heat. Okay, we've already had iron arrive. Some of that iron that we put up into the loader is already here. We're going to stand here and watch a bunch more stuff arrive, but I'm going to let my system cool down for just a minute before that happens. Oh, I'll need to drop for a nap soon. Naps are important. By all means, go nap. Thank you for being here, and hope you have a comfy one. Let us see here. Let us go back to this for a second. And what's my timing on this? Cargo 1 is going to be a few minutes here. Cargo 1 is way the heck out. Part of it is that the loop on the train is pretty massive. Cargo 1 is going to have to go all the way up here to the redstone deposit to make the pickup, and then come all the way back down here and past the buried fortress with the archaeological dig. And we're going to go look at the archaeological dig at some point in the near future. It's just, I've had way too much fun putting that in. And then there's the factory farm, CK Farm, CK Farms over here. Using Create Central Kitchen heavily. I've gone through that extensively in previous streams, which is why I'm not spending a lot of time there now. And then back here, and here's our monorail up there. But yeah, that's a long run. Let's go on and get this flow started here. We're going to start the unloader. And click. There we go. These belts are not color-coded. Shame on me. And we're going to be pulling out all sorts of stuff and sending it down the conveyor belt. That's the farm train going by. It doesn't stop here. It's a through, there are through trains. Okay, back over here, and if we look down here, there's a conveyor belt. And it may take just a minute. It's a long trip at a slow pace. I really do need to put the color coding on. There we go. There's all that coal and redstone that we pulled out. Oh, that's That's the Bamboo Express coming in. Okay, that's not Cargo 1. I want to be over there when Cargo 1 arrives. And here's all that stuff, including the pumpkin soup and the chocolate cake and scads of iron, all heading off down the conveyor belt, where eventually it will drop into this chute, which will take it into the Tom's Central Storage in the mansion. That's the ingester there. The what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, it's where the stuff is ingested into the storage system. Induction. The induction system. That's the mass unloader for the hopper car that we'll use when Cargo 1 shows up. And we're just going to sit here and wait for Cargo 1 for a few minutes. Sitting here is also keeping the heat tachometer down by not loading a bunch more chunks. You know, a lot of automated resource gathering in real life works very similarly, where you have a system that gathers resources at a slow clip, and then somebody goes out every now and then and collects the results. Maple syrup. Somebody has to go out and collect the buckets. And there's all those stacks and stacks of coal dropping in that we just brought from the coal loader way up north that we were just at. And all that coal comes up here and rolls right straight through at this point, because I've got the unloader running. Transfer system is running. So all that coal is going to go straight through the vaults and not even register, and go on into my central storage, on into the Tom's storage in the mansion. Okay, we actually had one stack of coal that stuck around long enough to show up on the sign. So all that coal, yeah, there it is. Boom, brought in. We've got mass quantities of food being sorted over at the automat with the farms going. This is the purpose of this world achieved, or at least one of the purposes of this world achieved. That's the farm train. I can tell because it's got copper instead of andesite on the tank. The ore train is gray, the farm train is shiny. So yeah, the purpose of this world was to build a functional cargo railway. I have done so. I've got food delivery from the farm to the airship. I have got ore delivery from 3 different mines being brought back to the main factory at the mansion. I've got fully automated... Whoop! Hi! I've even got passenger service. And I'm going to stick around here for just a few seconds longer. I think we're getting really close. No, it's going to be several more minutes. Alright, we've seen Cargo 1 come in and unload. And Cargo 1's going to be coming in and unloading Redstone next, I think, and then going on to the Iron Station. Thinking about what else I need to look at. The archaeological dig is really the last thing to show off. We've ridden the monorail. We've seen the loading and unloading in process. We've seen how stuff gets sorted in. Oh, if I run around this way, I just put in rather a large amount of iron, or at least the mechanical system put in rather a large amount of iron. And that rather large amount of iron is ending up here. Alright, it's still loading in. Or, no, it's fully loaded in. There'll be more iron. But yeah, the iron is being automatically smelted here. Yeah, it arrives on the train and drops into the storage system. The filter here then extracts it from the storage system and drops it into the auto smelter, and I can pick up iron ingots. And that is cargo 1 coming in and dropping redstone. So yeah, all that redstone that we sent up to the loader, here it is. And it will move through here and down there and onward down the belt here and into the central system. Presto. Let's go look at the dig, because this is kind of a fun thing. Right, I don't have... I want to arrive at the station. I'm going to have to... I need to reset my... I need to reset this. Reset my teleport point so that I don't have to manually put it in here. Here's the Bamboo Express at the station. We have arrived at the Fortress Archaeological Preservation and Exploration Site. Rikato Venron, PhD, D-Town, Senior Archaeologist. You'll be seeing notes from Dr. V here and there. All visitors must stop at the security hut. We have a cargo container sitting here. This actually can be treated like a vault and loaded into and out of. You can put it on a train and actually load directly into a cargo container and out of it. Okay, dig station. All visitors must sign in. Let's go see the dig. Okay, first things first. You know, here's where stuff that gets taken off the train gets stacked until supply depot. Temporary, short term, damn it. Don't leave stuff here. Sign stuff in and out. You know you're supposed to. Over here, the security hut. All visitors must stop here as clipboards to sign in, and exceptions to security policy must be in writing from Dr. Venron. There are reasons for this. We go see the archaeological dig, because repurposed structures took a nether fortress, redid it in stone brick and mossy stone brick and iron bar, and dropped it into the ground here. Most of it is underground. So, the floating brewery is currently off limits, according to Dr. V. Field Team 1 over here. Yeah, there's stuff going on here. Oh, we should check the notice board. Given the find at Site 4, we're moving it ahead of Site 3, Dr. V. The Friday night poker party was canceled due to Fred. And, Cleo, pick up your reagents. They're eating through the box. That's worrisome. That means the the flasks are leaking, and that's not good. That's a problem. Team 1 here, check the clipboard. Fred, you are on porter duty until further notice. You know what you did. Don't come the innocent with me. Approved by Dr. V. We don't know what Fred did, but Fred's on porter duty until further notice. This is an archaeological dig. Yes, there's a brush here in the tray. Various things going on. This is Field Site 1, and Field Site 1 has been marked out and is relatively safe. You know, be careful. This is a ruin we're exploring, and it can get a little risky down here. Yeah, gotta have a drop site every now and then. So some of this has been explored, and you know, some of it more than others. Let's go back up and look at Site 2, which is where the floating brewery is, and because that's been a problem. Train coming by.